Hi everyone, welcome to Stretch, Strength and Flow. My name is Tash, for those that I haven't met before. So I'm going to do just a sort of a 5 to 10 minute video around some deep stretches. So ideally all the stretches that we'll go through today you hold for 30 seconds to a minute. I won't hold it for that long while I'm showing you, but if you wanted to you could use the video, pause it, hold the stretch for that long, come out, unpause it and then go on to the next one. So we're going to go from head to toe, but we're going to start by sitting on our mat. Probably the best thing is to have no shoes or socks, but again it's completely up to you. And if we don't record it on our watch, then did it really happen? Of course it did. So we're going to come down, we're going to start cross-legged. We're going to start with our necks. So all we're going to do is make sure those shoulders are nice and relaxed. We're going to tilt our heads over, pick a side any side, towards that elbow, no, that's your shoulder, ear towards your shoulder, not your elbow. And then you're going to take the opposite hand out, reach out nice and wide, and then you're going to bring the hand up towards the ceiling, and then the next layer is up and over, gently resting on your ear. It's not pushing, it's just resting to help gravity along. Big deep breaths in and out, in and out. So you hold this for another 30 seconds to a minute. But what I'll do is I'll show you the other side, so come down. So again, same thing, so to the other side, ear towards the shoulder. We take that opposite arm out, and we point those hands up, that hand up, not hands. And then arm up and over, resting on the ear. Again, not pushing, just resting. Big deep breath in. And out. And in. And out. Good, so again you want to hold that 30 seconds to a minute. And remember, when we do deep stretches it can feel very uncomfortable to hold them for a long period of time. Just really, just try and get nice and relaxed, big deep breaths, feel uncomfortable for a little bit, but remember for stretching it should not hurt or pinch. There should feel a bit of a pull and a stretch, but never pain. So that's the most important thing. All right, next one I'm going to do is a bit tricky, but we're going to give it a go anyway. So arms come out. We're going to go right hand first. Take the right hand, it goes underneath the left. Elbows are in line, and you can go here on the shoulders, and that's that level one. Next level is you continue to wrap the hands around. So if you do yoga, this is eagle arms. So you hold here, and then either with the hands on the shoulders or wrapped like that, you're going to lift the elbows up, and then you're going to push the hands out. So it should be a nice, great stretch in the upper back, shoulders, and you breathe in and out and hold that for 30 seconds to a minute. And we're going to release. Other side, just so we can get the mechanics of that. So arms will come out. Left hand this time. So left arm under, elbows in line. Now again on your shoulders, and you go up like so. If not, continue the wrap to try and get the hands to touch. And they might not, so it might just be a wrap without the hands touching, which is absolutely fine. But if you can, wrap it around. Elbows come up, and then hands out. And you hold it there. Keep breathing. And that would be for 30 seconds to a minute. Alright, the next one we're going to keep focusing on the upper back. I'm just going to switch my mat around, which I might do a couple more times depending on which exercises we do. Alright, so for this one, start on your knees. And again for this one, we're not going to put lots of pressure on the knees, but if you need to, get a mat, a towel, double it up, a rug, some pillows, pads. Now, big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, hands come down so they're underneath your shoulders. We're going to start first with our right hand. We're going to reach the right hand up, and then we go underneath the left arm to come out as far as you can. The shoulder needs to get to the floor, and then we're going to rest the ear on the ground. Now with this hand here, to get more leverage, you push it into the ground, and then the shoulder that's resting on the ground, you push that in as well. And then you should feel that nice big stretch through the upper back. Breathe in So again, so now we're doing our left. So left hand goes up, and then you go down and through underneath the right arm, and shoulder comes to the ground. You rest that ear on the ground, push the shoulder in, this hand here, push it in, keep that elbow bent to get some more leverage. Really feel a nice, great stretch in the upper back. Breathe in and out, in and out. Good. Slowly come out. I'm going to make you dizzy and I'm going to switch my mat again. So we're going to turn it around. You guys can keep your mat wherever you need to, but what we're going to do is we're going to sit long ways on our mat. And so again, we're only going to come out as wide as you feel comfortable. So we've got the legs to come out wide in what we call sort of a straddle stretch. But again, if you need it here, absolutely fine. Even here, absolutely fine, whatever. So you will feel a bit of tightness through here. But all we're going to do is first we're going to start with this stretch, but we're going to get into the waist as well to start with. So plant the hand, up and over. And so you want to feel a nice big stretch through here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, well, and you might be able to keep progressing as you're breathing in and out for that 30 seconds to a minute. Elbow to the ground, up and over. So it's important not to be rounding forward, but you want to keep it nice, like you're kind of between two windows. So you're up nice and tall, to the side, up and over. And you hold that, and then come up, and then to the other side. So again, hand, and remember, sides might be different, up and over, like so. And then if you wanted to, elbow would come down, reach up, and over. Big deep breaths in, and out. And if it gets too much with the hand up and over, you can still always keep that hand on the waist as well. You still feel a nice big stretch. This just kind of helps gravity sink you down further. Good. Alright, so now we've started to warm up through, well, stretch through that inner groin, but we're going to go bring our feet in. Now, you can have your feet out, away from you as much as you need. Again, depends on how tight we are through that groin, but the ideal is you want to bring it as close, your feet as close into your body as you can. Now for this one, you can hold on to your ankles, I find it most comfortable to do my toes, because I can also use my elbows for leverage, but whatever you feel most comfortable doing. So all we're going to do is round forward and bring our heads down the last, and you're going to hold it there. And again, you want to get those knees as close to the ground. They're probably not going to get close at all if you're really tight through those groins, which is absolutely fine because you're still going to get the stretch, and that's why we're here. But you're just going to hold it there. Use those elbows if you want for more leverage, push down, but just nice big deep breaths. Good, and come up. So now we're going to do pigeon pose, which is a great one for our hips. I'm going to show the lying down version first, and then I'll switch to the on our belly sort of version next, because that's probably the more intense one. So the lying down version is you come down onto your back, nice and easy. And what you do is you take, let's go right foot first. So you pick the right foot up, keep that left leg bent, and you cross it over. Now, keep that foot flexed, like you're pushing it into a wall. And what we're going to do with our hands is reach through, grab behind our thigh. We're not going to grab the knee. You can grab your shin, but do not put the pressure on the knee. I prefer it behind my thigh, and then you're just going to pull in. Now, you want to keep this leg, press the knee on this side, pressing out. So if you wanted to, you could use your elbow to press it out. And you're just going to relax the head, hold it in, big deep breaths. And then it would be the same thing on the other side. So up, over, knee out, reach through, go hold, and pull it in, like so. But I'm going to transition onto my front, and I'm going to do pigeon pose. I think I might stay on my side. Now, first, right leg, so we're going to pull it forward. Now this can be tricky to get into, but just listen to what I say, and hopefully you can see enough as well. So what you do is bring your hands down, so it's a bit easier, just heel toe that foot across, and you bring it down. onto the mat. It's never going to get parallel, that's pretty intense hip mobility, but it might start being really close into the groin, like so. The back leg, nice and straight. So we don't want to roll onto this hip, like so. We want to be up nice and tall. To be able to achieve this hip, so you don't roll onto it, you might want to put a block or pillows or a blanket underneath so you can stay nice and square in your body. Now, if you can, roll onto your hip if you want to get that foot out, just to kind of move that foot out towards the front of the mat, and then you roll across. Now, you can start here, again, that back foot pointing backwards, or you can come down as low as you feel comfortable, even resting the head on the hands. Big, deep breaths. And then to come up, you just hold those hands next to you, slowly roll it up. To come out of this one, the easiest is to roll onto that hip, swing that back foot around, and then just make your way back up to tabletop or onto your knees to go to the other side. So left foot, we bring that forward, and again, heel toe across. Plant it down. Again, that foot might be nice and close into the groin to work on that mobility if we need to. Back foot, nice and straight behind us, point that toe back. Again, if you're really struggling, not struggling, but if your flexibility at this point makes it hard to kind of stay nice and centre, you can put some blocks. When I say blocks, don't use Lego blocks, that would really hurt. But like if you do yoga, a yoga block or pillows or blankets underneath that hip to keep you up nice and centre. But if you want to try and move that foot forward a bit more, roll onto that hip first, and then roll back. And start nice and tall, or if you want to, you can come down. Big deep breaths. And good. And come up. So again, you push those hands in nice and slow. Come up. Again, roll onto that hip. Swing that leg around. Good. Alright, so we're going to stay on our mats, but we're going to do, sitting on our mats. And we're going to do a hamstring stretch. And this is probably going to be the last one. So we're going to breathe in. Up. Now, flex those toes to make it more intense, or to start with you can just sort of relax and bring them down, but breathe in. And then come down as far as you can. Now I'm quite flexible with my hammies, so please don't judge or aim to get where I am to start with if you're still working on that flexibility. Here is absolutely fine. If you're feeling that in the back of your knees, pointing those toes up, excellent. Stay here, work on that flexibility. If you're finding that there is pain, bend those knees as much as you need. I find that's a really lovely way to start. You can hug those knees and just fold over, like so. And then as you're breathing there for your 30 seconds to a minute, you can slowly start to stretch the feet out, like that. Or you can start here the whole time, still feeling it in that belly of the hamstring. Another alternative to keep the hands, if you're feeling that you've got a fair bit of flexibility on any given day, you can bring those hands forward if you want to go somewhere and feel the most comfortable. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly come up. And I reckon that's a pretty good range of deep stretches that you could do, 2 or 3 times a week. Remember, hold them for 30 seconds to a minute. Big deep breaths in the whole time, and never feel pain or pinch. So back off if that's what you're feeling. Thanks very much and enjoy your challenge. Bye.